What is up, guys? JD here. Wanted to share a new purchase that I picked up just today. So we have the Sig P365 XMacro. I was interested in this one as a possible alternative to my current Shield Plus as a concealed carry. Now, for demonstration purposes, this is not chambered and it is an empty magazine. So first, what comes with the actual 365 XMacro? So what actually comes with the 365 XMacro is going to be the gun itself. You got a pretty nice range bag. I'll take this any day over a box and a bag. I like that. It's a nice touch, especially if you're picking up your first firearm and you don't have anything to store it in. This is a way better alternative right out the gate. Now, this was a kind of starter pack here. So we're going to start with the actual side that the gun was in. It was wrapped in packaging here. And then with the gun comes a lock. It comes with instructions, RF codes for you to scan, and it also includes instructions for you to be able to install an optic. So we're going to talk about all of that later. On the other side of the actual bag, it includes an easy loader. So basically the way that this works is you push down on your spring, load your ammo, and then finish pushing it in and kind of do the same thing. I recommend an Uplula. It's a little bit more fluid, but it is nice that it includes that. All right, so it comes with this package in particular, 3 17-round magazines. I thought that was really nice. So there you go, that works for me. And then it also comes for your range day 2 extended 21-round magazines. Now, I've taken all of this out of the packages that they come in. It all comes wrapped and everything because I wanted to clean everything down. I wanted to disassemble the actual P365 XMacro to make sure that it was properly clean and lubed. I don't know if they clean it after they test fire it. The other thing here that it includes that I do like is a set of factory back straps. You have small, medium comes installed on the gun, and the large. So I'm going to need to go shoot and figure out which one I prefer. I don't see anywhere in here a tool that is included to remove the actual back strap. There's a pin in here, so you might need a punch to remove that. I would recommend a punch because it'd probably be easier to get it started and then pull it the rest of the way out. I will look, because this is my first Sig, I will look to see if there's a tool or if they have something on the gun like Smith does where you can remove the butt and then that way you can get to the plate. I think I'm going to be okay for concealed carry running the medium, but we will see. Now, I did opt for the option with the manual safety. I train on my Shield Plus with the manual safety, and I'm comfortable with that. I also run a red dot optic on my concealed carry. With these, you can get a little bit of a co-witness if it is the RMSC footprint. I believe it is. I'll double check that. My editor might have to throw that on the screen if I stated that wrong, but I'm pretty sure RMSC footprint. I like the cutout. I can actually, even at this size, very similar to my Shield Plus, get a full grip. And it is very lightweight in hand, and we're going to do some firing. But I thought what would also be interesting, in addition to this unboxing, is comparing it to my actual Shield Plus that I carry today. So very similar in size. Let me set this down so I'm not smacking them into each other. So barrel length, it is a little bit shorter with the comp, the Performance Center comp on there, but I actually have my original slide on here, which actually makes this shorter. The other thing that'll be an advantage is with the original slide, it'll be a iron sight versus iron sight when we take it outside to shoot. But as you can see here, you can get a little bit of a co-witness with the RMSC footprint, which I do believe this is, that goes on there just due to the sheer thinness of it. Some other noticeable differences right out the gate is going to be you have the switchblade trigger versus just the flat face trigger here. You have a thinner grip on the side angle and a thicker grip on the Shield Plus. And then on the side profile, the actual Shield Plus is thinner, whereas it is a little bit thicker on the actual P365 XMacro. So it is a very different feel in hand. You do have some more thickness on your Shield Plus. So I want to try to shoot it with the medium grip on here first and then decide. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over. We're going to just do first, other differences really quick. So the one thing that really drew me to this was the Shield Plus comes with a 10 round mag and a extended 13 round mag, whereas your standard XMacro comes with a 17 round mag. So you're getting, from the smallest mag, you're getting an additional 7 shots if you think about where it sits flush on the Shield Plus. But when you actually install the extended 13 to 17, and then you take into consideration the length matches, which is why I thought this was interesting, because I carry with the extended mag. So I thought this would be a really interesting matchup. You get 15 versus 17. So you do get an extra 3 shots out of the magazine. I should specify, because I'm not talking about one in the chamber, out of the magazine. And as I stated, I carry, so I am used to draw and switch down. So I've trained myself pull up and switch down and then get into the grip. It's not ambidextrous. The safety on the P365 macro is ambidextrous. So that is one other thing to take note of. Now, they do also make an extended mag that gets you up to 15 rounds. So from 13 to 15, getting a little bit closer to that 17. And I think I said 3 more rounds. I apologize if I said that wrong earlier. Thinking through the process, I might have gotten ahead of myself a little bit there. But that extended mag, when you put that on here, just to kind of show you the difference here, that extended mag with the 15 round that still doesn't get you to the 17 round is actually carrying, if I can sit these flush, a little bit more on the extension there. And then you still get 2 more rounds out of the flush fit, but the extended here, which I don't know that anybody would carry this, that's a bit much. That 21 rounds then exceeds the Shield Plus. So not an apples to apples comparison when we get to that particular video. We'll do that a separate day. I just want to get out today and kind of shoot this, get my first impressions, and then decide if I want to swap that back strap out or not. I don't think so, because I feel like the width kind of helps because I'm not totally overwrapping. I have good purchase here for grip and recoil control. So let's go out with the iron sights and fire it. Shot with iron sights. All right, let's see if round 2 is any better. Egg, 2, Hey guys, JD here. Just wanted to do a quick follow up since I just came back from the range, as it were, to talk a little bit about my first initial impressions on the P365 XMacro. I'm right off the gate really impressed with the overall build quality. The fitment on everything feels really good. The action is nice. It has like a small amount of snap to it, but with the extended grip, I'm able to really kind of control that with no issues and make it very, very predictable. So one thing that I'll talk about when I do the comparison video with my Smith Shield Plus is I'm going to talk about how really good the sights are. So the night sight on this particular one, I like a lot, guys. It is pretty much blacked out in the rear, and the high-vis front sight makes this super easy to track. I was surprised even with the heavier trigger. At first I needed to kind of remind myself to have more trigger control, and I was getting a feel for the reset and everything like that. But I was really impressed with the amount of control that I had with it. And the reset wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, it wasn't wildly noticeable as far as how long it is. So I really do appreciate that. So this is all of the take up. And I will say it doesn't feel gritty, feels pretty well polished. And then you have this little additional take up. So I don't know if this is part of the safety that's internal, but here, I went past the wall. I always go too far, so I'm trying not to eject. There we go. I think there's probably still a little bit of break-in that is needed. So there's your reset, and you're back to the wall. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it. Also, I scraped my thumb, so I'm trying not to gross you guys out with that. So not that bad. I'm just going to take the Band-Aid off because it keeps wanting to slide off. Get off my finger. Sorry, I'm trying to use the grip and my Band-Aid keeps sliding off. I've been trying to train myself to conceal carry with the safety, and this is in contention to be in my rotation for concealed carry. I am 6'3", 235, so I have a pretty big frame, and I can conceal the XMacro a little bit better, so it does work for me personally. The grip texturing on here is a little less aggressive than it is on my Shield that I currently carry, and I kind of like that. So what I'm going to do next, two things I'm going to do next. I'm going to remove the back strap from the medium and go to the large and see with my hands if I like this swell back here a little bit better. If I do, I know that they make some, I want to say, I think aluminum attachments for this. I'm not 100% sure. I also went ahead and ordered a mag well and a butterfly trigger for it. I think that's what it's called. It's got the little dongle in there. I think that's like the butterfly trigger. So, you know, if I do snag this on the edge going into the holster for any reason, I don't have to worry about, you know, any accidental discharge, because I'll have the safety and the trigger safety, which I'll show you here in a minute on the, I'll show you on the Smith here in just a minute. I like the mag release on here. It's got good traction on it. It's really easy to hit. It doesn't get in the way with the undercut where my finger hits, so I do appreciate that. Love the purchase on there. You'll see in the shots that I took outside with this one, you know, I was able to get good purchase. I was able to begin to predict the recoil and everything on it. Takedown is really easy, and I will say at the price point that it comes in at, you get the lock, which I didn't bring out here. You get the speed loader, and you get two 17-round magazines. Now they had a special for, you know, extra 100 bones, where you got all of that, plus you got an additional 17-round mag, which I thought was a really good deal, and then two extended 21-round mags. The thing that I think is really impressive on here is you're getting 17 shots with almost a flush fitting magazine. So it doesn't hang out very low below my palm here. It doesn't even interfere with the palm as far as how I'm carrying it. I apologize for the splotchiness on there from where I just cleaned it, but 17 rounds is really impressive. Now, I will say 16 and 17 are very interesting to get in there. 16 feels like it wants to stop. And then they included these 21 round mags, and they give you some grip texture on here, but I honestly don't really feel like I need it, again, with my size and everything like that. But these are nice for the range. I wouldn't carry it with it like that. But build quality, I'm impressed with. Shootability, I'm impressed with. Trigger's a little bit heavier than I would like on this particular one. I would like it a little bit lighter. Again, I'll look into that a little bit more. This is my first Sig, and I am very new to the brand, so I am learning. I was researching the 365s because I wanted to see if I wanted something a little bit more compact. And what was really interesting on this particular one was the thinness of it. Yeah, and just to show you, we'll go out on the very tip here, and we're going to hit it on the frame. And coming in, oh, I forgot to switch it from millimeter to inches. So coming in at 0.95 inches thick, and that is the slide, and then the handle coming in at 1.12 inches. So I felt like that was an impressive feat on this particular one. The serrations on here are pretty good. I think I'd have liked them to carry the serrations up for that press check, but I can get it. I can get it with the thumb down on it and everything like that. I'm pretty happy with this pickup, guys. I'll give you a long-term update. What's going to happen next is I got a couple of little tweaks that I want to do to the firearm, including throwing on my optic on there. And then I need to go and pick out what CCW inside the waistband that I'm going to use for this one. I have an on the waistband that I was trying out with the Smith, and I like it okay. For the winter time, it's nice because if I have multiple layers on, it gets it a little bit further out. So I'm not going through my coat, through my shirt, through my pants to pull it out. It's actually sitting on top of my pants. So I'm just going through the coat and the shirt. So I do like it for that. But I do need to spend a little time with it, carrying it and determining, you know, how I like it and how it compares against to the Smith. So next video will be a direct comparison, so tune in for that. Let me know if you have any questions about it. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider subscribing. I'd love to have you follow along as I grow the channel. That's it for me today. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you on the next one. Goodbye.